Hello and welcome back to another episode of Rosewater. Where are we going? What are we doing? I guess we'll hand in this thing, the pocket watch.
Fancy. Too bad there doesn't seem to be a pawn shop in town.
Indeed. Should we read this?
October 25th, 1850.
Okay, maybe not.
Dear Miss Leger, thank you for submitting your sample. Your writing shows real potential. I'd like to extend an invitation to meet with me at the offices of the Rosewater Post and discuss the possibility of an extended commission. How soon can you arrive in town? I await your reply and look forward to making your acquaintance. Yours, Joan Gallagher.
Okay, yeah. So that's the letter. That's why we're here. And then in our channel, what do we have? Aboard the WV Express. Boarded the 743 from Pierre, Lorraine for Rosewater, Western Vespuccia. So that's WV. No baggage to speak of in the literal metaphors. Okay, that's what we actually heard, right? I think so. Yes. So are these all just things we've heard? I think this is not something we heard, right? This is just what happened. Copper Street kids take advantage of the deserted thoroughfare to waylay and fleece new arrivals in front of the sheriff's office, no less. Spitfire Harley, yes. It's been 15 years since I boxed under that moniker back in the chum, but believe it or not, Joni was there to see it, and moreover remembered me. I suppose I made an impression somehow, and not only in some poor bastard's face with my fists. Very good, very good. Okay. So I don't know. Yeah, I guess maybe if we get stuck or something, we can read these, but they're not. It's not like extra stuff. It's not like, it's like what is actually happening. It's just like journaling, I guess. So I don't think we have to read that. We can. We don't have to though. I think that's enough, like plot, enough exposition, enough dialogue already. So I need to have some room to talk. Say my own words, not just the game's.
Hey, kid.
Yeah?
He doesn't look like a kid.
Here's your watch back.
No fooling. You actually got it?
They didn't used to call me Housebreaker Harley for nothing.
Hey, I'm impressed.
Anyways, that's my part of the bargain held up. You gonna let me in now?
Sure, go on. Oh, and thanks. I know we've had our tiffs, but I really do appreciate you getting this for me. My dear departed pa can rest easy again knowing his watch is back where it belongs.
That's not your watch at all, is it?
Well, it is now.
Kid, if I were you, I'd make myself scarce. Otherwise, the only way you'll be able to tell the time on that thing is by squatting over a mirror. You get me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yep. That makes sense.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, are you ready for some thrills?
Yeah.
Are you ready for some excitement?
Nah.
Are you ready for some fun?
Yeah, maybe.
Woohoo! Yeah!
Without further ado, now present the star of our show, the last man standing at the Bleachbone Gulch Showdown. The only man to defeat bastard Billy Boakes in a duel. The man who discovered a gentleman, then gifted it to an orphanage. Gentleman Jake Ackerman! Yahoo!
Okay, sure.
Thank you, Charlie, for that wonderful introduction. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Gentleman Jake's Wild West. We got a heck of a performance for you today, but first, allow me to introduce my brave and loyal assistant, Danny Luo.
Sure.
Now let's get this show on the road.
Yeah, let's do that.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you rope a steer. Keep it going, Danny. Maybe you'll lasso yourself one someday.
The sun beat down upon them as the duelists stood and stared. But Billy Boakes had never fought somebody so prepared. Jake drew his gun, and bang! The bastard crashed down with a thud. The legendary foe lay dead, defeated, in the mud.
He didn't even try to draw his gun. Nothing this time. This part I didn't like.
And now for a most challenging proposition, perhaps the greatest feat of marksmanship to which a man can set his sights. You see those 5 juggling balls that Charlie keeps whirling aloft in such a dizzying display? Ladies and gentlemen, affix your eyes on that green ball in particular, and do not dare blink.
Never.
For with but a single bullet, I will pluck it from the very air.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, amazing.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our show. Thank you all so much. You've been a truly magnanimous, magnificent, and majestic audience.
Truly, yes.
And you can take home a piece of the legend. Come on down to the Jack of Diamonds to get an autograph or a souvenir ferrotype. We'll be there until last call. Stop by and shake hands with Gentleman Jake.
Sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, good night.
All right. What are we doing next? I guess we're heading over to the Jack of Diamonds.
I'm telling you, Jake, I need that money tonight.
You knew the deal going in, Charlie. There's nothing I can do about it.
We'll see about that.
Hope I'm not interrupting, gentlemen.
My friend here was just saying his farewell.
Didn't sound like it.
Weren't you, Charlie? Please do pardon that unpleasant display. What can I do for you, my dear?
Name's Harley Leger. I'd like to interview you for the Rosewater Post.
Well, shucks, it would be my pleasure, Miss Leger. Shall we go upstairs to my room? Beats standing out here in the dust.
Lead on.
Okay.
Miss Leger, permit me to introduce my associate, Danny Luo.
We've met, actually. Not formally, I suppose. Nice to properly make your acquaintance, Miss Leger.
Likewise, Mr. Luo.
Please, you can call me Danny. Everybody does.
So what did you think of the show? Pretty spectacular, huh?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yes, that's definitely the word for it.
I'm glad you think so. Shall we proceed with the interview?
Right.
Just sort of with a soft spot here.
What's something nobody knows about you? Give me something juicy.
I'm something of an open book, Miss Leger. Keeping secrets ain't really my modus operandi.
Come on, everyone's got secrets.
Oh, I think you'll find I'm not like most folk.
Okay. That didn't get us anywhere. Okay.
Is there anything that frightens the mighty Gentleman Jake?
You know, somebody once told me, fear is only as deep as the mind allows. When you deal with the type of folks out on the frontier that I do, marauders, bandits, desperados, your fears have got to be shallow. Otherwise, you won't last 2 seconds.
How did you come to pick Rosewater as your latest venue?
Simple. Plenty of folk in this town are looking for a good show. I ain't so hoity-toity as to think El Presidio or Los Virgenes are the only places worth visiting. After spending all day bent double over a pan in a creek or working his keister off down in a mine, a man is entitled to some amusement, wouldn't you say?
Sure.
So who is the real Gentleman Jake?
Mercy me. That's a hell of a question.
Yeah.
Now, I ain't much for philosophizing, Miss Leger, so I'll just say this. In my case, what you see is what you get.
I see. Well, okay then.
Hey, Jake, don't you have an appointment with Miss Sally this evening?
Damn, you're right. Sorry to cut things short,
Aw.
Miss Leger. I've got another engagement I need to prepare for.
I should have plenty for my article. I appreciate your time.
Well, I look forward to reading your story in the next edition. Danny, see the lady out, would you?
Can we talk to Danny? Danny, at least?
Good meeting you, Danny. Guess I'll see you around. Not to worry, gents. Jake's all yours. Hey, you were in the show. Nice juggling.
Thank you, ma'am. Jake, get your ass out here right now, you four-flusher.
Four-flusher. What's a
Now,
four-flusher?
what's all the ruckus?
It's like a Balatro
Don't play the fool with me, Ackerman.
thing.
You know damn well why I'm here. You might think you can give me the runaround, but I wonder if my friends here won't convince you to pay up.
Charlie. Didn't anybody ever tell you only cowards get others to solve their problems for them?
You slum-guzzling bastard. I'm gonna fix that wobbling jaw of yours.
Come on up here, then.
You sure you won't reconsider, Charlie?
Shut the hell up and get out of my way. McGuire, take care of the kid. Let's dance, cowboy.
Very old-timey kind of fighting stance.
I suggest you clear out while you can, little lady. This could get ugly.
From where I'm standing, it's pretty damn ugly already. Hey!
So that's how you want it, huh? Fine. I'll let the boss deal with you when he's done.
Okay, what are we doing now?
Give him a new face.
Okay, can't punch him.
You're in my way, you...
And that's where I'm staying.
Okay.
Hey, pick on someone your own size.
Come on, McGuire. Hey, don't start any trouble, lady. Hey, don't start any trouble, lady.
Whoopsie daisy.
Okay. That came in handy already. That's nice.
Huh, Bollingworth Ale. Didn't know they got that out here.
No, come on. Knock this guy out.
Hey, nice one.
Not the most honorable way of winning a fight, but these boys were hardly playing fair.
Hey, Charlie. Looks like your guys weren't as tough as you hoped.
Wee, that got the old blood pumping.
Sure did.
Got some interesting associates, Mr. Ackerman. If you'll excuse me, I have an article to write.
Hang on just a minute. I'd be a fool to just let you walk away after that performance. Come on back up here. I've got a business proposition that may interest you.
Sure.
What about Miss Sally?
Oh, she can wait. All right, Miss Leger, I won't beat around the bush. Danny and I are looking to get some folks together for a job, and I think you'd make a damn fine addition to the team.
Sounds like a heist. What are we
sort
doing?
of job?
Ever hear of Dr. Bennett Clark?
Yeah.
Of course. The etheric researcher. What about him?
Dr. Clark moved out here not long after the big disaster back in Lamplight City. He kept up his research, even did some demonstrations at the Opera House. Till one day, he just up and vanished. Nobody's seen hide nor hair of him in nearly a year.
That's a bit, yeah. What happened to him?
So is he dead or what?
That's the thing. Nobody knows. But the real question is what he left behind. We're going in search of Dr. Clark's fortune.
Come again?
The feller was loaded. Somehow he managed to talk a bunch of big money investors from back east into financing his research. All those gizmos and doodads don't come cheap, you know? We find his stash, we'll all be rolling in it for years to come.
Stash? What stash? Surely it's all just numbers on a ledger somewhere.
Nope. I'm telling you, he kept his assets in cold, hard cash.
Smart man.
So you're looking to rob a man blind just because nobody knows where he is?
Now, nothing so uncouth as that. Picture this. A swashbuckling pirate captain, his vessel freighted with treasure. The vast fleets of law and order circling him, closing in. He digs a hole in the sands of some sun-kissed tropical beach to conceal his ill-gotten loot and makes himself scarce.
Sure.
Circumstance conspires to deprive him of the opportunity to return. Now, is the brave treasure hunter who seeks and unearths the bounty guilty of robbery?
Technically.
Or is he just returning to the world what would otherwise lie forgotten and worthless? See, we're not after Clark's personal wealth. The money in question was meant to bankroll his etheric research. Since that's been outlawed, he can't touch it. And it's a drop in the ocean for the investors. They'll never miss it.
Fair point.
How many folks are you planning on bringing into this?
That depends on what we find. But I promise you, we'll all get a fair split. Enough to make it all worthwhile.
What's your plan?
What's the painting?
Clark had a lab nearby, a couple miles outside of town. Last place anybody saw him. We poke around there, retrace his steps, and it should lead us straight to the loot.
Uh-huh.
Now, call me crazy, but I get the impression you're not entirely convinced.
That's true. Maybe, I don't know.
Truth be told, I'm not. How can you be sure Clark isn't just holed up in some cave with his cash? Or that someone didn't off him so they could claim it for themselves?
Or he's doing his
We
research
follow Clark,
in
and
hiding.
whatever vanished him could end up vanishing us, too.
I admit we're asking you to put a lot of faith in us. Hell, I'd probably be just as incredulous were I in your position.
Mr. Ackerman's a good man, Miss Leger. He's never led me astray in all the time I've known him.
I appreciate it, Danny, but I think Miss Leger's gonna need a little more than just your word. Look, I've known quite a few moneyed folk in my time. They all got one thing in common. You know what that is?
Money.
They couldn't give a rat's ass about folks like you and me.
I admit I cannot emphatically contradict you there, but not what I meant.
So what do they have in common?
They're good at keeping their money safe. Clark's cash is out there. I just know it. As far as your safety, you just took out a couple of brutes twice our size. It's plain to see you can take care of yourself.
I'm pretty good with my pistols, and Mr. Ackerman can talk his way out of anything. But we could use somebody who's good in the fight.
Besides,
I'm the muscle.
stick around old Jake long enough and you'll have enough material to write a whole book. Forget a measly little write-up in the local rag. I'm offering you a front row seat to a much
Don't let
better show.
Shoney hear that.
So, what do you say?
You fly out a window.
All right, Mr. Ackerman. I'm in. At the very least, this venture should make for an interesting tale.
I'm pleased to hear you say that.
You won't regret this, Miss Leger.
We'll set out for the lab at daybreak. And please, call me Jake.
All right. We're already there. Okay. I thought we
Dr.
would...
Clark's laboratory is a short hike from Rosewater. After getting run out of Lamplight City, this is where he went to ground. A secluded desert facility where he could get up to who knows what. Jake, Danny, and I head there at first light to see what secrets he left behind.
Quite a sight, ain't it?
I'll say. What the hell was Clark doing out here?
That's a question for minds greater than ours, Miss Leger.
The Aether research thing, whatever it's called. Okay, what do we have?
Guess it shouldn't come as a surprise that the front door is not wide open for us.
That's a serious-looking lock.
Way too complicated for these lockpicks.
So, how are we supposed to get in?
Some dynamite, maybe?
Now that's not a bad idea. My old pal Captain Stokes is stationed nearby at Fort Beaumont. He owes me a favor, or two.
Maybe he could give us some high-powered equipment to get inside.
You read my mind, Danny boy. Wouldn't do any harm to take a look around out here first, though.
Sure. What do we have here? Bottles in a crate.
Dr. Clark really liked his sarsaparilla. There must be at least 30 empty bottles in these crates.
What are the bottle
I
caps?
once drank 10 bottles of sarsaparilla for a bet.
Did you win?
Well, yes, and no.
Doing some tidying, are we?
We might find some use for these. Come help me. I can't carry them all myself.
Hey, I ain't gonna start belly aching if you want to go around collecting refuse. Might fetch us a few shillings if we sell them back at the Jack of Diamonds.
There you go. And some for you.
Can we just take the bottles?
Thanks.
That's weird. That is weird. Mailbox, maybe? Looks weird, though.
Must take ages for any correspondence to get out here.
Probably beats having to hike into town, though.
Yeah.
Looks like Clark missed his last mail delivery. Seems to be from another scientist.
February 12th, 1850. Dr. Clark, I hope this letter finds you well. Upon hearing news of the reactionary and ignorant ban our leaders have seen fit to impose, my thoughts went to you and your thankless labors in the wilderness. When they hounded you out after the expo, and I wouldn't be surprised if Leroy's cronies sabotaged your display to discredit you, you were undaunted. After enduring such a trying year, I know how much building that lab out there meant to you. The turning point in your fortunes, or so it seemed. Yet I am sure you will persevere once more. One day when rationality again prevails in the halls of government and this silly thing is lifted, I hope to take you up on your offer of a tour. If you've returned to the bosom of civilization by then, all the better. With warm regards, Dr. Roderick Nethersoul. P.S. How you managed to rig a TT-180 console to control both your equipment and door mechanisms still baffles me. Mine is destined for the scrapyard.
Okay, so the TT-180 console is controlling the door or something. Don't know how that helps us, but...
Wonder if Dr. Clark boarded these up himself.
Maybe.
Locked up tight.
Whoever closed this place up really didn't want anybody getting in.
Can you just like smash a window, pull out some of those nails and like get in there?
This is one of the sturdiest locks I've ever seen.
I think we're gonna need to get creative. The fort stockpile might have something that could help.
Can we go like around?
The good doctor was pretty self-sufficient out here.
We got water tower. What else do you have? Drinks. Can't go over there.
Can we talk?
What's on your mind?
I've got some more questions about you.
I'm always happy to answer.
How'd you and Danny get together?
I was packing up after a run of shows in Quick Point, having a hard time of it. You see, my assistant had up and left a few days prior, so I was flying solo.
Your assistant left? Why?
The showman's life ain't for everybody. I don't fault him for it. Anyhow, Danny comes up and offers to help with the crates. You should have seen him. Eyes wide, hands shaking, downright charming. So, Danny gives me... Turns out he's got experience roping and shooting. Even gave me a demonstration. I offered him the job as my assistant on the spot. The rest, as they say, is history.
Alright, I keep, yeah. Well, I haven't done it here yet, but yeah. These games, it's just a lot of like waiting. I do tend to sometimes just click. To control that better somehow. I don't know.
Just how did you come to learn about Clark's money?
Not long ago, I got to talking with a feller at the saloon. The whiskey had loosened his lips, and he blabbed all about the success of his Aurum claim. But then he told me about how he'd invested most of that Aurum in Clark's research, and how he wasn't the only one.
And you're certain these investors won't be wanting their money back?
Can't speak for the rest, but this feller won't. See, his aforementioned loose lips got him into trouble with some other folk. Poor bastard was shot dead in the street.
I see. Would you care to recount some of your previous adventures?
I'd love to, but I'm afraid now just ain't the time. Soon as we have a respite, I'll be glad to regale you.
I'm impressed, Miss Leger. Never thought I'd live to see the day Jake refused to tell his story.
Have you had any new ideas for getting inside the lab?
Not a one, unfortunately. I believe asking at the fort is our best hope.
Enough jabber. Let's push on. Hey, Danny?
Ma'am?
Got any of your own ideas on how we might get into the lab?
Well, I think Jake has the right idea. We should ask for help at the fort.
How old
I
are
want
you?
to know something about you, Danny.
Okay. Like what?
Just how old are you, anyway?
I'll be 21 this winter, but I can handle myself just fine if that's what you're worried about.
True enough. Danny's more experienced than some folk twice his age. You'd be a fool to underestimate him.
You and Jake known each other long?
Gosh, that's a good question. I guess it's been about 2 years?
Sounds about right.
Time goes by quick when you travel around as much as we do.
What did you do before becoming Jake's assistant?
Oh, nothing glamorous. I was a stable hand in Quick Point. Life with Gentleman Jake is certainly more, lively.
Have you got any family?
Sure, my parents and older brother live on the coast, near El Presidio. I write them every month. I haven't seen them in a dog's age, though. But Jake's been like family to me, really.
We should get a move on.
Yeah, okay. So is there nothing else? I can't go... Can I go this way? There's no, like, finger pointy thingy, so I don't think I can go there. And I can't go here. I can go here, but there's no... I don't think there's anything else I can look at. Just the board up.
Dr. Clark...
Yeah. Windows. Who's this guy? With the weird hat.
What are you doing? This is no place for sightseers.
Who are you?
And just who in the ether are you?
Such disrespect. You toy with forces you do not understand.
The lady asked you a question, sir.
Heed my warning. Stay away from this place. Its mysteries are not for you.
Hey, wait!
You lost your hat.
You forgot your... hat?
What was that all about?
Good question. Tinfoil. Why was that man wearing it as a hat?
Who knows?
This isn't really my style.
I don't think it's anyone's style, to be honest. Alright. So do we go over there then? Do we have to talk? I'm just walking. They'll keep up.
No sign of that odd bearded fellow. I wonder where he scampered off to.
I reckon we got ourselves bigger fish to fry right now, Miss Leger.
Nice sunset, I think. No, it was actually dawn when we yeah, I don't know how long. Have you been here a whole day? I don't think so. It looks funky, I like it. Ooh, yeah.
Hey, look, a show!
What a racket.
She's pretty good, though.
Anda! Excuse me? It said, excuse me. Hey!
Kind of rude, honestly.
Caramba, you made me miss. What do you want?
Who are you, and what are you doing out here?
I am Marisol de la Vega, Lieutenant General of the Constitutional Army of New Spain. My compadre is Corporal Eugenio Garcia.
Pleasure. I'm Harley Leger, and these are my associates Jake Ackerman and Danny Luo.
Good to meet you. In answer to your second question, Eugenio and I are practicing our shooting while we wait for our jefe to conclude his business.
Do you know anything about the laboratory just over yonder?
That abandoned wreck is a laboratory?
It was at some point.
Clearly, you know more about it than I do.
Fair.
Who did you say you were waiting for?
The
Our
jefe.
leader, General Filomeno Marquez. Surely you've heard of him.
Surely. No, I'm not gonna lie.
Afraid not.
Híjole, it really is true. Vespuccians don't pay attention to anything unless it happens right in front of their faces. You do not know of the new Spanish Revolution?
Should I?
Yeah.
What about this revolution, then?
I do not have the time or the desire to explain the particulars of our struggle to you. Pick up a non-imperialist periodical if you can find one, and you might learn something.
That's all for now. Happy shooting.
I'm afraid I
Thanks,
work
gringa.
for an imperial one, so I don't know.
Vaya.
Sturdy.
What is it?
We'd like to come in, please.
More unannounced visitors? Must be my lucky day.
Could be.
What country exiled you?
None. We just want to speak with Captain Stokes.
Afraid he's indisposed.
How so?
Why don't you tell Stokes that Jake Ackerman needs a word?
Gentleman Jake?
At your service.
We're not remarked for entertainment. It's like I said. Oh, dad blasted. Would you knock it off with the shooting already? I can't hear myself think!
You call yourself a soldier when the sound of gunfire sets you quivering like a coward? Pathetic.
Look, I can't help you.
Why not?
I'm sorry.
What do you all get up to in this place?
I'm really not at liberty to say, ma'am.
Would you happen to know anything about the lab just over that way?
No, and quite frankly, I don't care to.
I wouldn't be asking to see Captain Stokes if it wasn't important.
I opened the gate for the last person who said that to me today. And what did I get as a reward? His 2 cronies raising hell for the past hour. No, ma'am, not again.
Carry on, soldier.
Right.
Caramba!
Okay. So how do we get the...
Híjole!
How do we get in then? Do we have to stop the shooting maybe or something?
Vaya. Anda!
Hey, Danny.
Ma'am,
How can we get into the fort?
the guard seems upset about all the noise.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll warm to us and we can figure out some way to take care of it.
Well, I have an idea, but...
We should get a move on. Hey!
You again. What is it now?
Say, do you think you could practice your shooting somewhere else?
Why?
The fort guard isn't happy about the noise.
Well, then maybe he should choose another profession.
You're pretty good, but I bet I can beat you at shooting.
I am the best shot in New Spain.
Care to prove it?
Gladly. But a large stationary target such as this is not suitable for a contest. If you wish to challenge me, find some moving targets.
Can we use these bottles as targets?
Indeed, we can. Very well. Prepare to be humiliated.
What doesn't
Say,
move
Jake,
though?
could you give us a hand?
Also, I
My
can't shoot.
pleasure.
How do I shoot?
How many bottles are there?
About 30.
Then we will each shoot at 5. Whoever breaks the most wins.
Sounds fair.
I am feeling generous this morning. Would you like the opportunity to practice first?
Yes.
Yes, actually.
Very well.
Ready with those bottles, Jake?
Yep, get ready.
Okay.
Set. Bottle in the air.
Damn it!
Incoming.
You missed.
Bottle in the air.
Pure luck.
Here we go.
I'll get the next one.
Incoming.
Damn it.
That's hard.
Let us hope you improve very quickly. All right, for real this time.
Ready, set, incoming.
Damn it.
Bottle in the air.
Damn it.
Here we go.
Pure luck.
Incoming.
Pure
Can they all
luck.
get up there, I guess?
Here we go.
I'll get the
Early
next
in that
one.
one?
My turn.
Here we go.
Dale.
Incoming.
Take that.
Incoming.
Take that.
Incoming.
Anda.
Here we go.
Caramba.
So you miss one.
I win.
So I have to hit R5 to win.
Better luck next time, sweetheart.
Okay, this is gonna be tough.
Hey.
The mouse sensitivities are weird, and I don't know.
You again.
I wasn't quite prepared last time. How about we try shooting again?
If you insist. Remember, whoever hits the most out of 5 bottles wins. Get on with it, mustache wax.
No need for name calling, madam. Ready, set, incoming.
Pure luck.
Here we go.
You missed.
Here we go.
Hot damn.
Here we go.
That's too low there.
Bottle in the air.
Pure luck. My turn.
Got 3 of
Bottle in
them.
the air.
Not gonna win like that.
Take that.
Here we go.
Anda.
Bottle in the air.
Anda.
Is it always
Bottle
4?
in the air.
Yeah.
Dale.
Incoming.
Caramba. Another victory for me.
God.
Nice.
Perhaps.
What do you say?
Caramba.
Can we talk?
What's up?
You're good with your gun. What's the best way to hit a moving target?
Oh, well, I find concentration is key.
Yes.
Just visualize hitting the target and you won't go wrong.
I did go wrong.
How about an encore of your juggling ball trick? Beat that lady at shooting, and we can get her to practice elsewhere.
I see. Not a bad plan, but I make it a point never to perform without a crowd. Ask Danny. He's a good shot, but a little practice couldn't hurt him.
How about you go easy on me with those bottles? They're awful fast.
Want me to give you the advantage, huh? All right. I'll slow my hand a bit for you. Let's just hope that little firebrand doesn't take notice.
Yeah, let's try again.
Any idea who that odd fellow with the beard was?
Not a clue. Sure seemed a few cows short of a herd, didn't he?
I'll say. Let's hope he doesn't cause us any trouble. Enough jab.
Let's try one more time.
Hey!
You again. What is it now?
Third time's...
I'm beginning to think you... Let's get this over with.
Ready, set, here we go!
Damn it!
Here we go!
The bounce of the top of the screen
Damn it.
is so
Here we
cursed.
go.
Hot damn.
Incoming!
Nice shot.
Here we go!
Pure luck.
Okay, they're
My
all
turn.
lower, I
Here we
guess.
go!
Take that.
Here we go!
Anda.
Bottle in the air!
Anda.
Here we go!
Dale.
Incoming!
Okay.
Another...
Yes. One more. One more.
Didn't even stand a chance.
I could ask Danny, but I'm too stubborn. I want to win this.
You again. What is it now?
One more.
I think you've embarrassed...
Okay. That's a shame.
That's all for now.
Thank...
Can we even get Danny to shoot now, or do we have to bribe her?
Hey, Dan.
Ma'am?
Shooting's clearly not my specialty. Think you can teach that show-off a lesson?
It'll be my pleasure. Excuse me, ma'am?
What do you want, boy?
I think I'd like to beat you at that bottle shooting.
Oh, this is gonna be good. All right, kid. Let's see what you got.
Why don't you go first? Show me how it's done.
My pleasure.
Ready, set, here we go!
Híjole.
Here we go!
Dale.
Bottle in the air!
Dale.
Incoming!
Híjole!
She missed twice.
Anda! Let's see you beat that.
Ready, Danny boy?
Yep. Don't worry about the warnings. Just throw.
Pretty good.
Don't believe this. Beaten by a chinito de mierda. Eugenio, vámonos de aquí.
That didn't sound nice.
She's not a very good sport.
Never mind her. That was some fine shooting.
Sure was. You weren't kidding about being good with those pistols.
It was nothing. But thanks.
What is it?
Sure is a nice, peaceful morning, isn't it?
What happened to those cacophonous varmints?
They took their business elsewhere.
So we're both.
Now, would you be so kind as to let us in?
So long as you promise to keep it down.
Deal.
Sure. Very good. It's a beard flag.
Well now, what have we here?
I appreciate your hospitality, Captain, but I must admit I am perplexed by the change in your position.
It's not my position, General Marquez. It's the position of the government of the Commonwealth of Vespuccia. I have some discretion in the execution of my orders, but I'm sure you can appreciate that there's a chain of command.
I am, of course, most grateful for the aid you have rendered in the past. I am sure that your recommendations carry weight with your superiors. If you would be willing to lend your influence in support of our cause.
Perhaps we can speak of this at another time, Mr. Marquez. As I said, I have other concerns to deal with.
Of course. I look forward to our next meeting.
Captain Stokes, you're a difficult man to see.
Ackerman, how the hell are you?
Leave this to me. I'll have Stokes eaten from the palm of my hand.
You should
Good
have said
day,
that
Captain.
more quietly.
Madam? Just a moment. I have seen you before.
That's right. I'm glad to see you on your feet again. That was a nasty tumble you had.
Ah, of course. The newspaper office. I owe you my thanks.
Happy to help.
What's your name, anyway?
Harley Leger. This is Danny Luo, and over there is Jake Ackerman.
Sir?
I am General Filomeno Marquez. Though Filomeno seems to be difficult for you Vespuccians, so you may call me Phil.
Phil it is. Good to meet you.
Philomeno is not
And
hard
you?
to say.
What brings you to the fort?
We're looking for help getting into the abandoned lab back there.
And why might that old ruin interest you, eh?
We were thinking it might make a nice hotel. Just need to spruce it up a bit. Then we can charge folks for rustic desert stays.
A Vespuccian with a sense of humor. I suppose stranger things have happened. In any case, there may
Not
be
sure.
something in there to interest me as well. In fact, I could get the laboratory open so we could both go in. If Stokes were not so stingy with his munitions.
How do you mean?
My specialty is demolitions and explosives.
It's a good specialty.
I just do not have any on hand right now.
That's
Thought
unfortunate.
perhaps the captain might once again be willing to assist a fellow warrior in a righteous cause, but...
It's like I told Mr. Marquez, my hands are tied. Much as I'd like to help, I've got enough to worry about with my men missing. In fact, I was just heading out to search, so if you'll excuse me.
Hold your horses, Captain. How about we come with? I'm sure you could use the extra eyes.
It's mighty kind of you, Ackerman. Can't promise it'll be safe, though. We'll be going near native territory.
Come on, Stokes. You forget who you're talking to? I laugh in the face of danger. We'll ride with you.
Your friend is quite the braggadocio, no?
Yeah.
That's Jake for you. As colorful as they come.
You're all in, then?
Apparently so.
I will accompany you as well.
Sorry, who are you?
Y'all can get acquainted on the trail. Let's get going. Sun's almost up. Appreciate y'all coming out with me. Strength in numbers and all that.
Our pleasure, Captain.
Exactly who is it you're looking for?
My first lieutenant, John Mulberry.
So when did your man go missing?
He left leading the patrol last evening and they never returned. I just hope the natives didn't get him. They've been a bit tense of late.
You been stationed at Fort Beaumont long?
Nearly 4 years now. For the most part, it's a fairly quiet post. Of course, Rosewater's nearby and usually good for a diversion.
On that note, I'd be honored to have you at my show, Captain.
Ah, yes. Soon enough, Ackerman.
Who's back there? The other new Spanish soldiers, maybe? Anyway.
On the subject of missing people, did you ever cross paths with Dr. Bennett Clark?
The Mad Doctor? No, ma'am. My man and I steered clear of him. Used to be we'd see strange lights and hear weird noises coming from his lab. Don't know what he was up to out there, but it weren't natural.
What makes you believe the natives are behind Mulberry's disappearance?
Our patrol perimeter goes close to their village. Wouldn't be the first time we've come to blows over boundaries. They fall back once they see our superior firepower. Thankfully, they haven't got guns, but they've been getting mighty bold lately.
So you're saying they've gotten aggressive when you've gone near their land? Sounds to me like they're just defending themselves.
Mr. Leger, with all due respect, you've no idea what you're talking about. You've already given these folks an inch, but they have taken a mile. The government's tried appeasing them with treaties and such, but those ain't worth the paper they're written on. You'd sooner reason with a coyote.
Well, I think... Ah!
Engines!
Okay. They might be a
So far, we
tad
have been
aggressive.
stymied in our efforts to search Clark's laboratory. Captain Stokes let out a search patrol, and he let all us supplicants tag along. But it wasn't enough to deter the native war party that ambushed us. Stokes slipped the trap laid for him, leaving us four to stand in his stead. Now we await intelligence of our captors and some sign of our fate.
Well, isn't this a fine turn of events?
Alright, I think we'll leave it here for today. Sure, yeah. That's it for today. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.